askreddit. What should not cost money? Electronic money transfers. My insurance company charges a convenience fee to get their money monthly from my account. Things like this are why I quit buying tickets online and getting food delivered. Death. Dying is surprisingly expensive. When my 25-year nephew died, it cost us over $6,500 for cremation and burial. That did not include the tombstone. Well, dying is free. It's the part after. In my country it's illegal to commit suicide. Like WTF. Clean water. Water being free could lead to a lot of wastage as people won't care about using free water efficiently. Water and electricity shouldn't be free, but it should be cheap and accessible to everyone. Honestly, anything that is mandatory to have. If I absolutely have to do something, then why do I need to pay for it as if it's a service I opted for? Like passports/IDs. It's illegal to not have an ID, but I still have to pay $100 every 5 years to get one. And anything that's absolutely basic to survival, like insulin. It should be cheaper at least. It's called broadening the tax base. You pay for it one way or another. By having the charge at point of access, then it taxes people who don't pay income tax. That is, someone with little or no income still has to pay for an ID. Any life-saving medication. One of my biggest fears is needing a medication I can't afford or insurance won't cover. Human life should be worth more than a piece of paper. Public transport. If we need to be more green and save the environment, we have to have a clear alternative to cars that's paid by them who demands such things, aka the government. In my experience in the US, public transportation is much cheaper than driving. It's just the size of the US makes it less convenient. Therapy. Nobody should ever have to suffer from depression or other mental illnesses just because they can't afford help. Sometimes this stress is financial itself. Feminine products. Ain't it enough that I bleed out of my crotch once a month and cramp to no end at the same time? Internet. Some people would say that this is a luxury, but in this day and age internet is a necessity. My environmental science teacher showed us pictures she took in a lesser developed country, forgot which one, and the people in the pics had cell phones but no shoes. That's how essential the internet is to them. Cell phones are their best way of communicating with others further away and getting news, not to mention they can really develop their businesses and sales online. There are pictures of people living in mud houses with satellites. It's crazy. Parking at the hospitals for healthcare workers. In some areas, it may be around $14.16 a day, and even with the staff rate, it's still around $10-12. It all adds up. Basically, people shouldn't be charged for things they can't help. Healthcare, ambulance ride, feminine products, paying to use public bathroom, drinking water. I remember I tried to kill myself once. Somebody called an ambo for me and I spent 2 weeks in the psych ward. Got out, came home to a massive ambo bill. WTF. Overdrafting. You get charged money for not having money. Anything that involves a government permit should be free or borderline free, such as getting a married license, getting a permit to build an extra bedroom in your house, registering your business with the state, etc. Therapy. A bundle of rope costs a few dollars. Therapy is $75 an hour. I personally think that drinking water shouldn't cost money. It's water, man. No broke, penniless homeless person's gonna stumble into a shop and not be able to buy something that he should have for not a single coin. A dehydrated bastard shouldn't die because of a $1.50. And one might say, the homeless man would drink water from a puddle on the ground, and what then? Die of disease, the poor bastard? I know I'm mostly talking about the homeless, but it's not just them either, it's anyone. Water. We need it to live, it's all around us, but you have to pay for it to cook or take showers. Meanwhile, Nestle is allowed to just take water at the source for free, put it in bottles and sell it. That's just so ass backwards if you think about it outside of the status quo we are used to. Insulin. Not my fault my body killed my ability to make it. This goes for all medicine, but insulin is my main axe to grind because obvious personal reasons and the history of its development. Paying my bills online with a credit card. I can call them, wait on hold, recite my card number to someone in a call center. Half the time have it read back wrong, and it's free. But if I want to click 3 buttons it's going to cost me $2. Of all the things emergency services should definitely be free. Like ambulance in the US. I can see arguments against other things and some things would be totally fine if they were reasonably priced. But an ambulance ride costing money is absurd and should be changed. To be honest, everything costs money unless it is totally abundant, like air or sunlight. Now, there are some things that have become capitalized products, when you would expect them, from a moral or ethical perspective, to be made available free of charge. Banks charging a transaction fee for basic services, like making a payment or withdrawing cash, when they already charge a monthly fee anyway. Having to pay to use a public toilet in a train station or shopping center. Welcome to Germany. Paying for both drinking water and wastewater as a homeowner. I pay for the water coming into the house, and pay again for it going down the drain. ISO standards. It's a monopoly owned by one publishing house. ISO standards are international standards that companies must follow, but every one of them costs hundreds of dollars to buy. If your company needs an ISO 9001 certification, you're dropping hundreds of dollars just to read the standard, before spending thousands more to implement the requirements and get certified. Glasses. If you want super fancy designer frames then sure, but just basic ass bottom range glasses should be more readily available. It's not my fault I can't see. I just want to not get hit by a car that I didn't see when I'm crossing the street.